So I think the stream has started, and the thing is, first thing in the is that I need to check it that it is working fine or not, and only I should restart because else I will be doing and yep, everything is working. Whoa, I also got the notification. Okay, let's stop this song. Uh, by the way, great lyrics. You can go and listen to this song, but today this is not our topic. Today I have found some very interesting article like written by Kate Hall. If I'm pronouncing it right, I am very sorry if the pronunciation is not right. But the thing is, I have found this article like how to increase your surface area for luck. You will be like, how? But luck is random thing, lah. You might say that, but no. But this article explains, and I will also relate with my example, like how can this thing work, like so we should let's no, first let me just give you a context like what are the what is luck, and like whenever you do something like anything, any field, wherever you are doing anything, you might say that I'm working very hard but I'm not getting the results. So the thing is that no matter how much hard work you put in into any work, any type of domain you are working in, some part I think depends. That's completely my thinking, that uh my opinion simply, that some part of that success requires a luck also, like even the 1% is luck, but you have to be prepared for with the 99% for that 1% to work. I think that this article might help to understand that 99% 1% ratio and everything like that. So yeah, we can now begin. It's Raksha Bandhan today. So happy Raksha Bandhan to all of you. Let's begin. uh Now the article is like this is something, okay. So I the thing is, I will read it, then I will try to explain you, and we'll move forward gradually like this, okay. So let's begin. So one distinguishing factor I notice among people who are usually successful is that they just try a lot of stuff, socially, intellectually, professionally. It's the rate of experimentation and the number of shots on goal that provides the magic, not the percentage of successes, which might be very low at first. Like if you want to understand this paragraph, is like he's trying to say that you try multiple things, like you are firing into multiple domain, multiple things, like multiple domains. If I have to take my example, like initially I tried something else like video editing. I tried photo editing. I tried like storytelling. I tried coding. I tried matlab, I did try multiple of things. I explored multiple things, and in my childhood days I also have gone to the cricket academy to, like, at that time I was thinking like, why not, can I become like MS Dhoni, like something cricketer. I was trying, but that didn't work out well. But that give me some experience. Like I tried it. So I think this paragraph is trying to show is like you have to be like open to new ideas, new things. Like you can't be rigid. Like I will do this only. I will be successful in this only. I will do nothing. Like it's like getting uh too much attached to that one thing. If I'll take an example, like if in India, giving exams like government exams is very common. Like you are stuck at, like, let's suppose one exam, that I will crack this exam only. I will not explore any other thing. I will not explore different ideas. I will not explore. I will not meet different type of peoples. I will only meet peoples that like will help me in this exam or you. But one thing also there, like whenever you are preparing for these exams in India, it is very common. So you only surround with the people that are have a similar goal. So you don't get to explore new types of ideas. You get the ideas, you get new ideas, but the ideas are related to your like specific domain, like that exam you're cracking. In exams there are multiple subjects, like someone has chosen some other subject, you get the gist or something, yeah, like observation from the other. It's still like focused over that one thing. I i i want to say is like you need to explore. Like the problem I think is India is like people do not want to explore, like do not want to fail. The main thing I think is like people do not want to fail. Failure is like a taboo in India. If you are failure, you have no value in the society. Society treats failures like they have done something very 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 wrong in this society. If you'll see that thing and compare it in like uh, America, their failure is celebrated. Like if you are failing, that means you have tried. So I think that's the gist of this. Like explore socially, meet new people, explore new ideas intellectually, exploring new ideas, not getting rigid to like one idea only, like this is correct. Nothing can be correct, like you can't be that sure because they everything has some gray part. There is never like white and black. There is no white black in any normal situation, like there is a gray part also. You also need to be aware of that thing, that there might be gray part, and I need not to be become so extremist about that idea or that thought. That can be a new exploration that will improve your wisdom. So professionally is like exploring new ideas to implement in your professional career, like whatever career you are, like implementing new features, like yeah, that's it. And let's move forward. So it sound stupidly simple, but it's profound. The more times you interact with outside world, the more chances you have to get lucky to find the collaborators, friends, and projects that together provide the right soil for you to bloom in. Completely agree. Like you have to interact with, yeah, but the thing is you should not take it like you are interacting with people that you sure sort know will like you sure sort know that they are not the people, like they are not exploring. They are rigid, that they will not explore, they will not let you grow. Like there might be, you see there are people in the society that you don't want to interact with. So I'm not talking about that type of people. I'm talking that if you get a opportunity to meet like some person, like who is like working on his craft, like writing books or like writing music, struggling, like you must meet with these type of people. Like they are those who have a goal, like working towards their goal. So you will explore new ideas from them, like what are they trying to achieve, why they are trying to achieve their why. Like last thing we were discussing about the why, so you will understand their why, that why their why is important. So that's also one thing we should do. And yeah, and moves conversely, people move slowly through life and tries to get fewer shots on goal and have longer feedback loop. Perhaps the work they work privately on a creative product that they don't show to anybody for months or years, or they stay in relatively contained peer groups for a long time without mixing it up. Like this is the same thing that I was trying to say. Like if you'll not explore in new things, you will after some time you won't be getting new ideas from your surrounding. The one thing the internet has solved is like you don't need real people around you to get to explore new ideas. You can use YouTube to follow new people, like podcasts and everything. And but the thing is like everything, like podcast and everything, you don't know who is correct and who is wrong, like who is telling. There the thing problem with YouTube is like most people are now doing things for the sake of doing things, like podcast people doing podcasts for the sake of doing podcasts, like people are creating intellectual videos, like sharing, like they create a script. Now to the chat GPT 5 also came out, and it is fabulous in writing, like in like writing perspective, the chat GPT 5 is good, like it doesn't sound like AI, something more like human. So the people are generating their script, they are creating their content, they are just pushing to the algorithm that yeah, that's the content, you watch it, you forget it, you watch, you forget, that type of content is going on, like so you it's my deduction is like it is very difficult also to find the right podcasters who will open up your mind. Some are like putting their beliefs, like their value system towards you, they are putting it on you, they don't care. And some are like open to thoughts, like this is my value system, this can be your value system, or you might challenge my value system. These type of people you need to be follow for growth. You need to understand that extreme, like uh extremism is not good, like it is on positive side, or is it on negative side, you need to be in between. So that's conversely okay. Let's move forward, guys. If someone is trying to figure out what to do with their lives, and they're meeting with 1 to interesting strangers per day, then all things being equal, I'm inclined to bet on them. If they're meeting 1 to 2 people per week, I'm inclined to think they are going to too slowly and aren't like to hit escape velocity. Same thing, like meet new people, explore new ideas. Yeah. So, what the most efficient direct way to do, and how do you figure out who the key people are and ensure you meet them? I think this is something you can't really understand with the kind of attitude. That's what I was saying. Like you, that that's the thing. That you, if you have a attitude like I don't want to explore, like you won't be able to do that also, like that kind of attitude. That's what it is trying to say also. Some goal have to be approached like gardening. You can't force plants to grow, you can only engineer the condition in which they can likely flourish and test that the result will come. Making your own luck is like this. As Steve Jobs put it, you can't plan to meet the people who will change your life. You can't plan it. I am saying you to calculate that whom to meet, whom not to meet, but you definitely can't plan it. Like, let's suppose if you are at a 50th level in your intellectual, social, professional journey, and like you want to grow to 100, but with the computation power of 50, you can only deduce or reduce your reasoning to take decisions that might find peoples around you that are 50 or less, that might not help you find the people who are more intellectually uh let's suppose they have more knowledge, they have more good reasoning than you, critical thinking, if he is the right word. Yeah. So that's also one thing, that's what Steve Jobs quote can be deduced to. So, however, you still increase your skill at being lucky. Much like skill gardener tends to produce less garden, skill cultivator of luck, giving the analogy of garden. What does skill luck cultivation look like? Operate from a place of genuine curiosity. Hmm. Great. Let me talking to a people without an end in mind other than satisfying your own curiosity. Uh, is a slow way that is the fast way. So it's I think it is trying to say like be genuinely interested in stuff, like don't do things to get something out of it all the time. Do it for curiosity, like genuinely curious in other person also, like other person idea. It's not like you want to extract something, like the things, humans are not objects, like if you want to extract something then only you will communicate. Like it's trying to say that be genuinely curious about that. People love to talk about what they are interested in, and by extension love to all people who are genuinely curious about the things they're interested in. So after the inquisitive conversation with the people in the given field, you will already have begun of a good network as well as a lot of knowledge you could never acquire in a formal learning sitting. Talk to a dozen engineers working in a AI lab and you'll know more than AI. AI is everywhere. You know more about what happening at the frontier of AI development than you could garner from million think pieces or tweets. Remember that at any time, the latest information in the field won't be written down. Yeah, completely agree. Like if you know about AI domain, if I'll take the example, like OpenAI is a pioneering, like recently they have released GPT-5 also, like they are pioneering. So the researchers and the engineers on the top level of the company, that they know about their models, uh, that won't be out in public, like no one knows about, after no one knows except that 10 to 12 engineers on the top and the leadership, no one knows, like, so that information, yes, you can say that. Yeah, correct. Of course, not all conversation will be helpful. Some meeting will be a waste of time. There is really no way to know in advance whether someone will be a fun to talk or help or informative. When I look back on a meeting that have been the most professional consequential for me, nearly every one of them was one I almost failed on because I was busy or feeling shy, and there wasn't an obvious benefit to the chat. Deep thing said right away, like the same thing that I was trying, like be genuinely curious, try to meet new people with knowing them, like knowing their idea, knowing their motivations, not like I'm going to talk this, I'm going to talk to this person because I need to extract some value from him, like he might help me in growing my business, then only I will contact him. No, that's not the correct way. Like be genuinely interested in someone, even if that does not benefit you in any of the cases. You might not know it might benefit you. You were thinking that it might not benefit you, but if you'll approach him, like you might explore something very out of the box that you might not have been known if you hasn't approached her or him. Like this is what this line is trying to say. Yeah, this is an important point and a recurrent theme throughout this tip. If you are without holding your energy for use in those situations where you know an interaction will benefit you, you are not increasing surface area for luck at all. You are already failing the assignment. Why? Same thing said. Like, till now, what we have uh, explored is like first thing first, try many things, meet new people. Like I might be shouting, like, but the thing is, meet new people, try new things. Whenever you try new things and fail, your rate increases because it is not like you failed. It is like you learned something. Like you have found out some mistakes that need not to be done in the future. And also, like if you're failing and not learning from the mistakes, then there is no point. Then there is no point. I have very good uh, uh, meme I have seen, like uh, either it's win or it is learn. So yeah, you're already failing the assignment. Now let's move forward. I think I have received something. Wait a minute, guys, just a second. Someone. Okay, assuming you always auditioning for a bigger role, like assuming you're always auditioning for a bigger role, like imagine that you are the chef of the Michelin and steered restaurant, and for some reason you were assigned a shift as a regular brunch cook. You would probably perform unusually well beyond the level that could be expected for a regular cook. Maybe they wouldn't be anything categorically different from what an average brunch cook will do. There will just be an increasing in caring because to perform anything less than excellent will be embarrassing. Assuming you always are auditioning for a bigger role. Okay, winning move here is start behaving like that chef when you just a cook, to assume that you are aiming for a future that will hold you to a much higher standard even if you are not currently held to that standard. People who behave like this, who act as if they are already as an admired success in their field, have a fun way of ending up there. Oh, great thought. Like, the thought is like trying to say is like, if you want to become a, let's suppose you are in sales domain and like you want to become a partner, like senior manager or something like that, start behaving like that. Like, that's very ambiguous example. Let me just think, and let me just give you a clear example, more clear example. Like, we can take an example of, if you think more generally, like if you are a like IC, individual contributor in some company, and like you're thinking of becoming a like senior manager, or like going to, they thinking to become a vice president someday. You might think it, but you need to behave like that. That how will they behave? Like, learn how will they behave. Will they fight on like small things, or they will think of the bigger picture and move on? That's what it is trying to say. The winning move here is to start behaving like a chef when you okay, it's done. When i when i got asked about like some legal, uh, just a second guys, I'm getting a call. Ignore. Okay. Some research on clinical trial over the holiday in 2021. I didn't have a much reason to believe it would turn into anything special. It was Christmas. I wasn't even paid for it. I could have easily half-assed it and no one would have blinked. But instead, I treated it as important as if performing less than accidentally would be embarrassing. It led in a quick session to offer to lead the clinical trial offer, then to co-found a company. Like, the writer is trying to say that he was she was genuinely helping someone, and then he found out some new opportunity. Like, helping someone without any benefit turned out to be a beneficial thing for her. Like, if I jot down it, like in Hindu philosophy also, like uh, the Hindu god Krishna also said that uh, in Hindi, कर्म करो फल की चिंता मत करो. Like, it had the same meaning, like do something without thinking of the benefit of that thing. Yeah, you can also like think from that perspective. So the lesson isn't it is to excess outlay of the effort pay in dividend immediately. Is that people really notice that you show up despite it's not being a matter of a duty or obviously in your selfness, and people remember it. Ah, yeah, I don't know, but matlab, for this thing I don't know that it is true or not. But yeah, I can say that, yeah, most some people will remember you obviously. Like, out of 10 people whom you have done genuinely good for without any reason, out of 10, 6 I think will remember you. 4 can be like very selfish, like thinking like I don't care. But yeah, give before you take. Another thing I've noticed about many people who achieve outlier success, they are surrounded by people who they trust implicitly and who value loyalty and reciprocity. Essentially, their professional lives are one giant positive sum game. Professional lives are one giant positive sum game where everyone is eager to do favor for another one. Yeah, completely true. Like, there is a positive sum game and there is a zero sum game. Like, you need not to be indulged in a zero sum game. Zero sum game is like, if I have to win, someone has to lose. This is not the case. If you are winning, that someone else can also be winning. Like, this is not like if you will win, someone has to lose. This is not a game. So that's what you need to trust other person. Like, if you will trust 5%, 3 will broke your trust, but 2 you will find that you can trust implicitly and for like longer period. It saves your computation power. If you'll think about from the perspective of the human's mind, it will save your computational power. What is a use of trust as a tool? Like, you don't have to compute again and again for thinking that they are doing the right decision or they are doing the wrong decision in the favor of the goal that you are trying to achieve. Like, trust is a simple tool for that. Like, if you think about this, trust is a simple tool that helps you to prevent the computation to analyze that things are going right or things are going wrong in perspective of like whoever you are trusting with. Simple. I put myself in a category of a pathway there, and while I don't have some huge high trust mafia, I have built close professional ties over the last few years with some people I trust like family. I drop everything for them if they need something, and I know they do the same for me. It's hard to overestimate the value of having connection like this, and a crowded network of such connections will make you practically invincible. Okay, I will give you a simple factor like I have practiced in my life. Like, trust 10 people, trust them with the small things first. Like, try to give them something, like give, if someone is asking for money, try to give a small amount of money. Like, someone is asking for like help, like, can you come here, can you pick me here, go for help him for first 1 2 time. And like, try to ask for favor. Like, if he is giving the favor, then yeah, he is also trusting you. You can figure out this, divide this also. Like, but you won't be like every time creating the like problems to ask for the favor now. So you don't have that many problems, so most time you won't be able to do this. For the thing is like, I think Varun Maya said it once, like, you have to trust them, like do things for them by trusting them, and they will help you in some near future or something. Like, you don't know that they might help or they might not, but you believe that they will help, and you help them without any benefit in the present time, and you don't know even if you will get some benefit from them in the future, but you blindly do this can be one of the approach also. Yeah. So, hmm. There is only one way to start building this kind of network, which is to add generosity. Okay. Yeah, yeah, same by same cheese. But I have told you. Air your weirdness. Oh, this is completely new. That's what I am doing. I think. Let's read. Okay. It's still underappreciated how powerful it is to put your thoughts on the internet. Yeah. I'm doing the same thing. Oh yes, even now in 2020, when Substacks is a hot social network, in an imaginary world where God dropped me into a life of someone who didn't have a professional career, starting a blog is one of the first thing I'll do is my Substack has made me much easier to hire as a extra. I've been surprised. Okay, so, okay, but of course the candidate. Okay, 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 okay. So yeah, same thing. Like, put your thoughts on the internet. Like, but there is a very great caution that I have to put in, because people might not take your thought very open-mindedly. Like, you might get very punch down comments from everybody, because someone might be frustrated from some other issue and might remove their frustration in your comment section. That can happen. If you are coming to internet, you need to be aware of this is a very big caution that you need to be aware of. Simple as that. Host event. Okay, we are near the end of this article. Host events. One way to increase serendipity is to throw a party event regularly to surprise. This can be extremely simple, like having a contest over for a coffee on a scoop or a casual meeting at a pizza place. You don't do this if you know 5 people in your city or 500. In my experience, a lot of people want more social interaction, but few are willing to initiate. Yeah, that thing I can say. Like, yeah, every time I also don't initiate most of the time the events, but whenever I tends to get a chance to meet, yet I go. Yes, I go. If someone is initiating the event, I will go. Like, I don't do this thing that is said in this, but I am that person. Like, if you're initiating the event, I will come if it is genuinely interesting. uh, Little caution. So it's power to be a person who provides for that unmet need. And even though, yeah, unsure what to host, and this my age, I'm going to let you see. Okay, okay. So the same thing, like, host events. Like, Meet new people. There is one way to meet new people. Like initiate events. Period of lostness is a part of it. At the beginning of the process, it feels artificial, like you're socially flailing. Flailing? What is the meaning of this? Let's search. Flailing means to wave or to move about with. Okay, so flailing and trying to work hard because you will be socially flailing and trying too hard. And slowly you might think that to yourself, everyone can tell that I don't belong, and sending out a bunch of cold emails, scheduling random meeting, asking a lot of questions. The whole landscape will be obscure to you. Some people who claims to be important will turn out not to be, and some people, why the same thing that I was saying. Some people will not be returning your trust and your favors, but that's okay. There is a probability game in this. Like, you trust 10 people, you will find 2 people. Some people without any public presence will turn out to be extremely influential behind the scene, and then something will start to change, and you'll make a couple of key contacts who will introduce you to your favorite people. Some might refer to their key contacts as a friend. You'll start to get the sense of who respected who. The same thing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then what the bigger picture of the life, yeah, yeah, yeah. The possible description of the thing 4.5. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I think how much time we have spent in this recording, like 31 minutes has already uh, completed. So, first of all, how was the article, guys? If I have to summarize this article, is like explore new ideas socially, intellectually, professionally, like in each and every domain, like challenge yourself, don't get into a box. Like, don't be a part of a box, be outside a box. Whenever you think you are in a box, you go outside the box. Like, try different things, like do different things, meet different people. And one thing more thing is, like, if you want to become like a something, you start behaving like that, you might actually end up there. Like that article is saying that there is a pretty much chance you will end up there. That can be a crux of this article. And yeah, that's all from my side, guys, for today. Like, I wanted to just I skimmed through this article, and I thought this might be an interesting article to read, and so I thought of like starting a live stream and reading it with you all, guys. And yeah, that's all from my side, and we'll meet in some time. Like, I don't know, I will be doing the stream on Sunday. I'm a bit busy, but no one is also watching this stream, so whom I am talking to. But the thing is, but the thing is, yeah, that's all from my side. If you like this stream, subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing live streams on philosophy, challenging new ideas, like exploring new topics. This is a channel to ask the question. This is not a channel to like I will give you this is the solution for this, and welcome to Osmos tutorials. This is not like that. I'm going to like create environment where you can ask question. People in this today's world are very afraid to ask question because of the judgment that my other person might form of them. We need to ask question to grow as a civilization and to evolve. Like, if you stop asking question tomorrow, let's suppose no one is asking question, whatever they are told they are doing, then the world won't be like evolving. Like, the AI is also made our brain. Like, we are the worst part of our like whole generation that have passed, because we have monetized our like addiction. We have monetized our addiction. Yeah, that's all from my side. Like, let me just wrap up because I have to go somewhere, and I had also got a call. I need to call back, and someone is continuously banging on my door, and I need to see who is he. So bye, guys, have a good night. Bye. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you'll find something interesting in this video, kindly do subscribe my channel, and we'll meet you in a next live stream. Till then, bye bye.